What's up guys, MegaDPAL here bringing you another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y Wi-Fi battle for you guys today. So it's actually a pretty fun game, a pretty good battle, some nice plays by both players that I had and I wanted to show you guys. So looking at team preview, I'm running this new team built around Mega Garchomp. I actually really like this team a lot, so you can expect to see me use this team a lot more in the future. And of course some other teams, but my opponent's using a pretty standard looking team. He's got that most likely the Life Orb Greninja, the Adamant Mold Breaker, Rapid Spin, Excadrill, Mega Scizor is either a Banded or Life Orb Talonflame or SD or Bulk Up Talonflame. He's got most likely a sub 3 attacking Gengar, and right at the end he has a Smeargle, obviously to set up his adders. So seems though Smeargle is the most obvious lead with the Focus Sash, just get up his adders right off the start. I'm just going to lead out my Talonflame, just because I actually have a pretty interesting move on this Talonflame for this exact situation. I do actually have the Taunt. Taunt on Talonflame is pretty nice, but at the same time I'm actually banded Talonflame, so that banded Taunt. But either way, I don't need to stay in. Obviously I'm locked into Taunt. I'm going to make the double switch, go out into my Greninja now, knowing that I've just shut down his Smeargle. He's actually going to stay in and go for a struggle. Here's why I double switch, because I expected him to switch out of there, and my Greninja is a good matchup against the majority of his team. So either way he's going to be forced to switch on out of there now, knowing he's not going to want to stay in and struggle himself to death. So I'm just going to go for that U-turn, actually predicting switch. He actually brings in his Scizor, I guess predicting that U-turn, which is nice. But at the same time I do of course get to keep the momentum. I do get the switch initiative, and I can go from there and obviously add more offensive pressure onto my opponent. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, go straight out into my Talonflame, just because looking back at his team, he has absolutely nothing that wants to take a stab, Flare Blitz, going from my Bandament Talonflame. That's right, hashtag Bandament, Choice Band and Adamant, go straight for that. Even his Greninja's not going to appreciate this. This was a solid 80%, 75 to 80% to this Greninja. That damage, nice and powerful, get that trending, hashtag Bandament on Twitter. I want to see that trending right now. So he's actually going to make a real nice play. He's going to double switch on out, go into his Smeargle, predicting me to go out into my Ferrothorn. The reason why I double switch as opposed to going for the U-turn is he's either not running the U-turn, or he cannot risk me having the Rocky Helmet, which I am carrying, because the Rocky Helmet in combination with the Iron Bars recoil will actually take out his Greninja. So that's a nice play by him, knowing that I can use this time to set up his Sticky Web and or Stealth Rocks. He does decide to go for the Sticky Web. I guess he thinks lowering my Garchomp and Greninja speed is more beneficial than the Stealth Rocks, which can obviously hinder my Talonflame. Either way, I do still have a Excadrill on the team, so I am going to be playing this so where I can get off of a free Rapid Spin, just because my Greninja and Garchomp are huge threats to his team. So in comes his Talonflame now after I Gyro Ball and take out his Smeargle. I'm obviously not going to want to stay in and take a Flare Blitz mat of his own, so I'm actually going to make the switch, go into my Tyranitar. Despite being special defensive, I'm actually a really good counter against his Talonflame. He actually reveals the Bulk Up. This is fine for me, so what I'm actually going to do is play a real nice prediction here. I'm actually going to predict him to either predict me to go for the Stealth Rock and go out straight into his Gengar, as opposed to going out into his Scizor, predicting either the Stone Edge and or Rock Slide. So I thought he wanted to get the free switch into his Gengar as I go for them rocks, but that's not going to be the case, as I'm just going to go straight for that crunch on the incoming Gengar, which is real nice. I take out this threat, I take out his spin blocker, so down goes that thing. So now in comes his Excadrill. This works perfectly for me, as my plan now is to actually get off for a free Rapid Spin and get rid of those Sticky Web, just because I'm not worried about this Excadrill one bit, just because I do have of course a Greninja and a Garchomp and my Talonflame to take this thing out. So I'm just going to make the switch go out into my physically defensive Ferrothorn. I'm actually going to benefit from having the speed drop from the Sticky Web, because I do obviously have the Gyro Ball. He's going to set up the Swords Dance. This turns out a lot nicer for me than it does for him, just because I know I can live the initial Earthquake at +2, go for that Gyro Ball, just break this Excadrill's air balloon. So this will give me the free switch the following turn into my own Excadrill, as to where I can just go straight for that Rapid Spin, because I'm obviously on an air balloon. He cannot physically touch me with the Earthquake, so we'll have to go for the Rock Slide, and I can offer a free Rapid Spin and then take him out with either my Talonflame, Greninja or Garchomp. So that is a plan. He's going to take me out with the resulting second Earthquake on my Ferrothorn. So my Ferrothorn definitely did its job though, breaking this thing's balloon. So like I did mention, I can go straight out into my Excadrill. He does win the quote-unquote speed tie if he's running admin, which I imagine it would be just because it's the most standard Excadrill set. But either way, it doesn't matter. He's going to pop my balloon. I do get off that free wrap spin, like I did mention. So this is a nice play by me. I worked it really well, and I'm going to get rid of that sticky web. Again, he's going to win the second quote-unquote speed tie. Either that or he's running Jolly, but I highly doubt he's running Jolly. But down goes my Excadrill. My Excadrill maybe didn't seem like it did much, but getting rid of that sticky web is so vital. So I get the free switch into my Greninja now because I am not worried about his Excadrill whatsoever. I'm actually just going to go straight for that surf. He's going to leave in his Excadrill as Death Body. It's actually the best play he could have made. Because looking at his team, there's absolutely nothing that wants to take a stab surf coming from my Greninja. So that was the best play. This was the reason why I didn't need to over predict and potentially predict a switching out of there, just because the most viable play will be to sack his Excadrill. But it gives him the free switch into his threat, this Talonflame. Again, I'm just going to make the safe switch go out into my Tyranitar. He's actually going to go straight for the Brave Bird, just play it safe. I guess he might have predicted me to predict the bulk up and stay in and go for the surf, trying to take out his Talonflame. But once again, I have no reason to over predict it in a minute, just especially because I do have the Tyranitar to easily take on this Talonflame. So I eat that up really nice. So what I'm actually going to do is I think the most beneficial play is actually going for them late game rocks as opposed to predicting his Scizor switching, just because his Scizor is pretty obvious to take either a Rock Slide and or Stone Edge. And I do actually pack the Fire Blast, so I could easily go for Fire Blast this turn. Like I did mention, I think the more pro play is to go for them rocks, just because at the range of HP his Greninja's at, it can only live potentially one more Stealth Rock switch in, potentially two if he's not running Life Orb. But either way, in combination with Sandstorm damage, that thing's basically going to go down after one or two Stealth Rock switch ins. And of course, it's going to do a solid 50% to his Talonflame. And I know I can take a new unboosted, super effective, stab, technician boosted, bullet punch, and then retaliate back with a Fire Blast. It probably should have gone for the X-Scissor. That probably would have taken me out, but at the same time I do have my Talonflame just to easily come in and scale for that Flare Blitz. So either way, it doesn't matter, but my Tyranitar is definitely putting in that work, got up those late game rocks, and now just wiped out his Mega Scizor. So now he's going to get the switch out into his Greninja. At this point, I am going to be forced to sack Tyranitar, unfortunately, but it's definitely did its job, like I did mention. So that's going to go for that U-turn, I guess, just to take me out. So down goes my Tyranitar, putting that work, definitely gets arrested its Pokeball afterwards, so good job for Tyranitar. But as you can see, he does in fact have the Life Orb Recall, so he's going to be forced to switch on out into his Talonflame from this. So his Greninja will die to the incoming Stealth Rocks, and his Talonflame is going to take a solid 50% from the Stealth Rock, so that's nice. Obviously buffed by the Sandstorm as well. So I'm just going to go into my the only Pokemon I've yet to use in this battle, the Pokemon that this team is built around, and that being my Garchomp, my Mega Garchomp, just to showcase this off a little bit. So in comes the threat, Garchomp. I am just going to use this time, obviously, to Mega Evolve, because Mega Garchomp is super bulky. I know he's not banded because he revealed the bulk up early, so I just wanted to see how much this does. I was actually predicting the Brave Bird to do around about a 3-hit KO. I'm looking at this damage, I am actually correct. It is in fact a 3-hit KO. Garchomp eating that up, nice and powerful. Just taking those hits, and I can just go straight for that Dragon Claw. Come in the end, get the final kill on his Talonflame. And that is actually going to be my game, because like I did mention, his Greninja will die to the incoming Stealth Rock damage as the Sandstorm subsides. So that's going to be the game. I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-0. Either way, some nice plays. I think I worked some nice situations pretty well, and my opponent played some nice plays as well. But either way, it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did too. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, of course, subscribe for more Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battles. So, bye.